Officials say an elderly man and woman, they're dead following a house fire in the Islington and Stills area in North York. And Canada Post said it's moving forward with its plan to end door-to-door mail delivery across the country. Also, we're going to hear from MLSE President Keith Pelly this afternoon after the team parted ways with GM Brad Treliving. Stay with CP24 for more on these stories, and for further details, head to CP24.com and the CP24 app. Well, Canada Post is moving ahead with its plan to end door-to-door mail delivery. CP24's Arda Zakarian has the latest on what this means for Canadians who still use the service. Arda.
Yes, Bakari. So this comes after last fall, Canada Post warned that they were losing billions of dollars over the years and they were in serious financial trouble. And for them to survive, something needed to transform, to change. So the proposed changes includes ending door-to-door mail delivery service, just modernizing the delivery service, and also modernizing how mail and parcels are delivered as well, shifting away from mail delivery because more people are getting parcels. I'm actually going to bring in Mark Lubinski, who is the outgoing president of Toronto local CUPW. Thank you so much, Mark, for joining us. Tell us what your thoughts are on Canada Post's proposal.
Good afternoon, Arda. Thank you for having me. Very disappointed. This is not modernizing Canada Post. It's actually dismantling Canada Post. Door-to-door service is a service that Canadians appreciate. Living in Toronto, the high density here, we appreciate our mail, our parcels coming to the door. We have all these unmarked white trucks stopping on our streets, delivering to the door, but Canada Post is saying, no, we're not going to do that anymore. This is a cut in service for the regular resident. This is a cut in service that the residents do not want. We had a campaign in the Toronto area. We went after liberal MPs, asking residents to call their MPs, and they did. The MPs went on Talk 1010 radio. They complained about us postal workers going out there informing the residents about this. This cannot be done. It cannot. There's a better solution. It's not a unilateral solution with no public consultation. There's no community meetings, no town house. It's just being arbitrarily done. There needs to be a solution that works for the customers of Canada Post, the residents of Toronto. We had these snowstorms where the mail was up to the sidewalks. Our sidewalks were not clear, and residents are going to be able to go to these mailboxes. No, there could be break-ins in these boxes. There could be all sorts of things that will just not work in a city like Toronto. And we know it. Everyone knows it. We need public consultation. We need a solution that works for the residents of Toronto, the residents that have door-to-door delivery that do not want to lose it.
What would these proposed changes mean for postal workers on the ground?
It would mean that the letter carriers will no longer have the contact with the public. It's a service we provide, door-to-door delivery. We have other companies like Amazon, like Pure Later, which is owned by Canada Post, delivered to the door. But in the meantime, Canada Post, a public service that is economical for small businesses, which is an integral part of our community, integral part of our business environment, will no longer be able to access the parcel to the door. It's important for us to have that. Myself, living in Toronto, I want my mail delivered to my door, not some community mailbox. Community mailboxes bring litter. They change the whole fabric of the community. We see them out in the suburbs. It's not something we want in the city of Toronto with the high density we have. There's better solutions that could happen. There's better solutions that could be made. Canada Post needs to take the public and their customers seriously, and the government needs to too, because these are mandated by the government as saying no door-to-door delivery is no longer needed. So you need to call your MP, tell them you appreciate door-to-door delivery, want it to continue. A simple call to your MP, leaving your name, your address, and saying that you want this service to continue will help us in saving door-to-door delivery.
The government says that Canada Post is in serious financial trouble, losing billions of dollars over the years. Do you agree with this assessment?
What I'm saying is right now that a solution to take away door-to-door delivery is not the solution. In the city of Toronto, there's a lot of money being made, and we see it by all these white vans being parked on our streets, delivering for different companies. A solution could be made that works both for residents, works for good quality jobs for Canadians, and it works for Canada Post. There are solutions out there. They need to get serious. Unfortunately, they are not serious. They're just looking at a solution where they're going to get rid of door-to-door delivery, where they're going to put these community mailboxes, which is going to cost billions of dollars, and they're saying letter mail is going down and parcels will be delivered by private companies to your door, but Canada Post will be putting it in a parcel locker in your community mailbox. It is not a solution. Serious solutions could be made that work both for Canada Post, work for good jobs for Canadians, and work for residents, the customers that we deliver to.
Mark, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Mark Lubinski is the outgoing president for Toronto Local CUPW. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you, Arda, for this time. Thank you for being out there always for the issues that are important to Torontonians and to Canadians. Thank you, Arda.
Thank you so much, Mark. And so there's still a lot of uncertainty with this. What exactly will these changes look like? When will they be implemented? Lots of unanswered questions, and we'll be sure to get back to you once we have more answers. Back to you in studio.
Joining us live from the newsroom, CP24's Arda Zakarian.